Welcome to Out of the Blue, number 337. Let's see if I'm a vampire. Wait, how come we're not in the mirror? Anyway. So, here we are at the woodshed. Genuine, authentic woodshed in which I am woodshedding. But I wanted to get a little. So we're talking about Neo-Swedenborgianism, which in an academic setting would fit under the heading of comparative religion. So I've said before that it fits in the biology department, but I think I should let biologists decide that, because where I went to college, Jackson School of International Studies at the University of Washington, we had the comparative religion department, and that was my department. So this is probably a better fit in comparative religion than biology. So, the University of Washington is a state school. It is secular. And so if you go to the University of Washington for comparative religion, it's not like going to a seminary to become a priest. It's like going to a regular state college and looking at things rationally. So there's no belief implied by comparative religion. Comparative religion is you step back and you look rationally at all these different religions, which is what we're doing. And if you look rationally at what we're calling the NDE, there's this section that sometimes occurs where people say whatever they saw was more real than real. And my point is that if there's something that is perceived as more real than real, even if it is not more real than real, the fact that it is consistently perceived as more real than real gives it a special place in our mind and in our experience, because it creates a spectrum of reality. So there's things like video games which seem kind of real, but they're not real. And then the new video game comes out, and it's even more realistic. But even though it's more realistic, it's less realistic than actual reality. Well, now we have this thing happening where people come back from this resuscitated, their heart stopped and they come back, and they say that there's this other reality which is more real than our reality. And the simple existence of the experience of a greater reality, once it becomes consistent and once it becomes verifiable, creates this whole new thing. And that's the situation we are in now. There's the NDE, which contains the more real than real experience, and upon that we have the new reality. And the new reality is one in which you can say, so the new reality, you can say that you have a 5% chance. You can say to Houdini, right? I used to talk about Harry Houdini. Well, now we can tell Harry Houdini, you have a verifiable 5% chance of reuniting with your mother when you die. Speaking Neo-Swedenborgianistically, we can say this with confidence. It is not a belief. It does not require faith. It requires statistical studies, statistical analysis. But this more real than real experience can be seen to go back in time, because if you look at it as as a product of human physiology, then you can say, well, human physiology has been the same for a long time. So this then becomes the impetus behind religion. But the difference is that it used to only happen every now and then. So it happened in 1750 to Swedenborg. It happened like in the year 200 to somebody else. Every now and then it happened. And then you get the beginnings of these religions. Well, what we have now happening is that it's happening every day to really everyday people. So we're now in this new world where we have to fit in this more real than real experience. Now that's all background. Because I also want to attach this right to everyday life. Right? So that's the background. What's in the foreground? Well, the foreground is simply you have to decide what to do with the life you have. And so to look at it Neo-Swedenborgianistically, you are essentially creating experiences which reside in your subconscious, which you then go and reside in. So this if you're going to speak Neo-Swedenborgianistically, there is no afterlife out there. Speaking of heaven up above is using faith and belief. And to speak Neo-Swedenborgianistically is to not speak with faith and belief, but to speak with statistics, essentially. So I have this 5% chance of inhabiting my own subconscious in a way that is more real than this. Okay, and so then I have this day. Here it is, what is it, the middle of the day, the morning? What do I want to put in this day that I am going to later inhabit? I mean, it's basically saying life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. That is not coined by me, nor is it coined by Neo-Swedenborgianism, but it is an idea that we Neo-Swedenborgians, both of us, try to live by. So what do you want to do today, now? What do you want to do right now? That's the essential question. There's basically only one question in life. What should I be doing right now?